Let's start with the tragic end. A mother weeping over her dead son, the result of a night of partying, followed by getting behind the wheel.
It can change so many lives by one bad decision.
This is an annual mock crash. It shows teens the dangers of drinking and driving ahead of prom and graduation.
When you have this many kids out on certain nights, anything can happen.
In a scenario created by first responders, a teenager needed to be cut from his car. And after that, the emergency room aftermath. South Charleston juniors and seniors saw doctors try to revive their classmate. And then they watched as doctors tell his mother that he didn't make it.
You're just happy, having a good night, and you don't really think about what all can happen when, you go out here and you get drunk or anything.
Lakaya Cyrus is one of the students in the demonstration.
This is like a learning experience for so many because I myself am a teenager and I wouldn't want this to happen to me or anyone else.
But as first responders told everyone, accidents like this happen every single day.
Have open conversations with them and let them know you care and you love them and you want them to get home safe.
Charleston police want this to be just as eye-opening for parents. After all, everyone is responsible for making sure scenes like this become less common. Blaine Carraher, WSAZ News Channel 3, South Charleston.
In 20 years, I've never seen anything except them try to unstop it.
This is a common sight to see at the intersection of Main Avenue and Boundary Street after it rains in Nitro.
This isn't just flooding, this is flooding that's preventable.
Amy Warner has always lived in the neighborhood. Year after year, she says the water will back up after a storm, and the city comes to pump the water out of the clogged drain. Each time it rains, and as water inches closer to her house, Amy fears for the worst.
It's terrifying, really, that I'm going to lose what I have and what I've worked for.
After hearing Amy's concerns, I reached out to the city of Nitro.
I know it's a problem for people, and it's been that way for several years.
Public Works Director A.J. Hill says they're working to fix the drain system. Right now, the drain pipe is about 10 inches, when Hill says it should be about 15 inches.
That's what they've been saying for about 20 years.
Neighbors like Amy say the project needs to get started soon. But when it comes to the project's timeline, the city is still unsure.
Get it fixed before it comes to a point where you are sued by citizens of Nitro.
Blaine Carraher, WSAZ News Channel 3, Nitro. That noise saved 5 lives this morning.
In this case, it was fortunate for everyone that they were able to get out of home quickly.
The blaze took hold fast, sending a mother and father racing to save their 3 small children.
Smoke detectors do work, they do save lives.
Alerted by the sound of alarms, the family managed to get to their relatives next door off Laurel Fork Road. Fire crews worked to get there as fast as they could.
About 20 minutes, give or take, drive time.
But it was too late. The house is gone, and right now the cause of the fire is still unknown. The family didn't want to say anything on camera, but they tell me that they had just changed the batteries of their smoke alarms.
We tell everybody, hey, when you change clocks, change batteries.
Just like fire officials suggest this time of year. The family credits that simple battery change that took a matter of minutes to saving their loved ones.
You should have some kind of an evacuation plan.
Pinch Fire Captain Dwayne Legg was a first responder this morning. He wants everyone to learn from this tragedy.
Teach your kids, hey, we're going to meet out here by the big oak tree, or we're going to meet out here by, our neighbor's car or driveway or whatever.
The family off Laurel Fork Road did everything right. They got to a safe place, and most importantly, they made sure this life-saving beep was working. Blaine Carraher, WSAZ News Channel 3, Kanawha County. Jimmy and Jennifer Hall once called West Virginia home.
There's no reason that people should not want to live here.
But now they're building a life somewhere else, even though their West Virginia roots run deep.
Our families are here, and the majority of my family is still in West Virginia.
Jimmy and Jennifer moved away to Charlotte, North Carolina, where they live with their daughter Eden.
This is News Channel 3 Midday.
The Hall's love story actually started at WSAZ. They met when Jimmy was a photographer and Jennifer was a reporter. But as their career goals shifted, so did their realization that there was something missing in our region.
The opportunity for what we do in our careers isn't there.
Opportunity, the big reason our neighbors are moving away.
There are a ton of people, tons of people from West Virginia that live in Charlotte.
They're right. We checked the numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau, and here's what we found. In 2015 alone, about 2,000 people moved from West Virginia to North Carolina. Governor Jim Justice even talked about the population shift during his inauguration speech.
They're in Charlotte and Denver and Atlanta because they had to leave to go get a job.
Those Census Bureau numbers also say West Virginia's population shrunk by more than 20,000 people since 2010. Ohio and Kentucky are actually growing in population as a whole, but southern Ohio and eastern Kentucky are going through a population drop similar to that of West Virginia.
We need to provide a place where our young people who want to stay have the opportunity to stay.
Jimmy and Jennifer's story is one that plays out often in our region. People grow up here, but with the unemployment rate being higher than the rest of the United States, they'll find a job in a place with a lot to offer.
Charlotte has great things going on every weekend, and I think that's a big, I think that's part of having a successful city is having community events and people coming out and really supporting local businesses.
In fact, Jimmy now has his own production company, and Jennifer is a talent recruiter for a tech company. Their little girl was born in North Carolina.
Who is the buffalo? Who we play with him in the bathtub? What's his name? Marco.
And get this, they'd actually be willing to move back here.
We've got to put real dollars in tourism and marketing and market ourselves.
Another sentiment Governor Justice has addressed, this promise from Justice to create a thriving economic atmosphere, one that allows young people to find jobs.
I heard that all before.
The Halls say they want to see the real results first, because when it comes down to it,
I tell people West Virginia is one of the most beautiful places you'll ever see or you'll ever experience.
and it's home, the place they'd love to be. All of West Virginia's struggle to provide jobs could somehow transform into opportunity.